Good day to everyone and welcome to the People's Forum where we speak up and we speak out. And today on our podcast is going to be heated up with a friend and a visitor from the USA. But let's take a quick break and we'll be back in a moment. Thank you. All right, we are back, and on my podcast today, I have Carlos Pimentel. Right? Did I pronounce the name right?
Correct. It's a Portuguese last name.
Okay.
And it means spicy.
But you're from Brazil.
I am from the Dominican Republic. I am from the
Dominican.
We share the island with Haiti.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, I always tell people I'm Afro-Caribbean, and I say that the slave boat on the way to America just made a stop at the U.S.
Okay.
I mean, at Dominican Republic, Española, and they all noticed some slaves, and that's my ancestors.
And you're looking at the ladies
it's the same boat.
Like, you'll be looking at the ladies like, mírame a los ojos, señorita.
Yeah. Señor, ¿cómo estás? Hola, Botswana.
Hasta mañana.
Hola, Botswana. People's Forum. Aquí estamos preparados para la revolución.
Okay, let's calm down. I told it's gonna be heated up. But anyway, I would love you to just introduce yourself to Botswana from the USA. Just tell them who you are. Pass through the E-Square thing. Like the lawyer thing.
Yeah.
And because today I want us to talk about entertainment law, film, via music, whatever else.
Sure.
Yes, it's your floor.
Yeah, Carlos Pimentel, Carlos A. Pimentel, entertainment lawyer from New York. Been entertainment lawyer for 25 years. Started in the music business, in the record labels, major labels. I actually got started independently. I was in law school, and my third year of law school, I'm like, I don't have a job yet, and it's about to end. I'm like, I gotta find a job. And my fraternity brother, Sean Prez, calls me and it's like, yo, I have a record deal from an artist from Priority Records. And the artist I'm managing, can you read it? I'm like, I'm not a lawyer yet. How can I read? I'm a student. He's like, no, I believe in you. You can do it. I was like, well, I've never done it, but I'll look into it. So he gave me the contract, and I was like, I read it, and I said, well, I need some guidance. So we got our hands. This is how I started my first contract. So we got a copy of another lawyer's contract. And back then we still use pens to mark the contract up and pencils. Yeah. So I got the other lawyer's comments and I was like, ooh, that's how you do it?
Yeah, all right. Then you made your own.
Yeah.
Just customized it to the artist.
Yeah, so I said, okay, I can do it. So I did it. And then we did the contract. And then he's like, what do you think about it? I was like, I think the artist is getting jerked. He's not getting no money. He's getting raped.
Yeah, he's like, no.
So he's like, what do we do then? I was like, let's start our own record label.
Yeah.
He's like, you sure? I said, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So we got an investment of $8,000 from my other friend, and we set up an office in the Bronx. It was like 1996. We started an office in his apartment. We had no money, so we used to boil hot dogs and eat bananas for lunch.
Yeah.
And then I told them, hey, I think in Japan they like hardcore hip hop. So we found two artists that record hardcore hip hop. They didn't want Jay-Z. They wanted the good Japanese people.
Like the underground
they
stuff.
They wanted the hard stuff. So I told them, let's go record. So we found a studio with our partner. His name was Mac at the time. Mac he was a DJ. He had a studio in his basement. So we recorded some songs and we put it. We went to a factory in New Jersey. Yeah. And we made vinyl.
Yeah, the vinyl.
I sent tapes to Japan on a FedEx envelope, and like 3 days later they would get it, and they would send a message saying, we want to buy 1,500 copies. So we were like, ooh, we hot. So we go to the factory and make the vinyl, and then they would send a truck to my house in the Bronx, and we would give them the boxes, they'll give us a check. So that's how I started. That's how I started in the music business.
Yeah, you can pick it. And then
so I'm selling from the back of your trunk. Some Dr. Dre, West Coast.
But anyway, how did your background in law contribute to the success of your entertainment and sports business? I know now you're doing some sports documentaries and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's all a matter of preparation. So what I did 20 years ago prepared me for what it is today. People think that it's an overnight success. People think that you just post something on social media and you blow up. It's not like that. You have to. It's like what I did 25 years ago. Now is showing the fruits of it.
Okay.
So I think that I did the right thing. Is get an education.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate education. It's very important because you always have a background.
Definitely.
And what I learned is that as a lawyer, people listen to you.
Yeah.
You have your word. It's like it's the preacher in the church.
Your word laws over there.
Yeah. What does he have to say?
Yeah.
And that gives
whatever he's saying is right. You know?
And that gives you power. And power gives you resources. But you also have to be ethical.
Yes,
you have to know how to say no to money. Sometimes you have to know how to not work with some people that might be a problem. And you also have to be like intelligent. So I knew entertainment was fun. I didn't want to have a job in an office. I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to see people. I wanted to work around creatives. So that's what drove me to entertainment. Yeah. And now we're here in Botswana.
But now you have a doctorate in law. Like I read about you, is like Dr. E Square. You understand? Nothing they put it there in the ESQ. Yeah. What is that about?
It's Esquire. So in the United States, it's a British concept, but in the United States, if you're a lawyer, if you pass the license, if you pass the bar, you become an Esquire. So you can you can graduate from law school, but you might not have Esquire until you pass the license of the state to practice.
It's more like you are an intern before you get the Esquire.
Exactly. Okay. So I am an Esquire.
All right, man. But tell me about Terror Squad. Was that a record label under Atlantic or is something else?
No, Terror Squad was, big up to Fat Joe, because
Fat Joe the artist, right?
Fat Joe the artist. Yeah. When I met him, I was an intern at Loud Records. That's how I started. I was an intern.
Okay.
So after me and Sean Press started the label, I wrote letters to Loud Records and Motown, and I said, I'm a lawyer and I'll work for you for free. And they love the word free in America. Yeah. They're like, what? Come in for an interview. So I went into Loud, and Loud Records were like, you hired. Yeah. So I was like, you're not going to pay me? They're like, no, you're going to work here. So I said, great. So I got a job at night making collections calls, making people pay their bills. Yeah. Yeah, like, hey, miss, you're late on your payment. Yeah. So I was making like $10 an hour at night. Yeah. Making people pay their bills. Yeah. So I worked there from 7 p.m. to midnight. But in the daytime, I worked at Loud Records as a lawyer. Yeah. So I took over so many contracts that after 6 months, the president of Loud Records said, come into my office. I said, what's up? Yeah. He said, we got to hire you. We got to pay you. You cannot leave the label.
And then I became the general manager.
Then I became the lawyer at Loud Records.
Wow, man.
Yeah. So to the kids, you got to sacrifice to win. To
get to where you want to go.
Everybody wants to, sometimes you got to say, I'll get paid later. Yeah. It's okay.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your most memorable time there or memory that you have of the
Atlantic Records?
Yeah, Atlantic Records, yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story. So I went to the Loud Record Christmas party. We always have Christmas parties at the record labels. Yeah. So I went to the Christmas party and I couldn't hold my liquor. It was liquor everywhere, free liquor. And all the artists were there. Exhibit, Mobb Deep, Fat Joe, everybody was there. Big Pun, I think, was there. So I was at the Christmas party, and I just started drinking with two hands. I'm 25 years old. Yeah, I'm at a major label. All the honeys are calling me like, "Where you at?" And then Exhibit, at West Coast rapper legend. Yeah, he's like, "Yo, you smashed, kid. I gotta take you home." I was like, "La la la la." So he's like, "Yo, hold on." So he got a limousine, and he put me in the limousine, and drove me home to my house in Brooklyn. Yeah. And I got home and I was like, I woke up with a hangover. I said, Exhibit took me home because I was smashed. So
they took photos of you.
Yeah, no, I didn't take no photos of me. No, nothing's on internet. But it was funny that I got smashed and he's like, you gotta go home. I'm gonna take you home. Yeah. And he's a smoker, Funny.
Okay, guys, this is the People's Forum. We'll be back in a moment, and when we come back, we take it to the next level. We're back right now, still with Mr. Carlos Pimentel, Dr. Carlos Pimentel. You know, a lot of people like to put that doctor thing in.
Oh, yeah?
I think it's like a thing that you're forced to do when you got a doctorate or something.
Yeah.
Is it?
I could talk to like people and say, I'm Dr. Carlos Pimentel. I'm doctor.
Yeah,
They might think I'm a surgeon.
Yeah.
Can you operate on my grandmother? No, I don't do that. I write contracts.
But anyway, given your extensive experience, what advice can you give to aspiring artists and upcoming artists in the music industry?
I want to touch on actors.
Yes.
You know,
Either way. Actually, we talk about film and music
I
today,
want to touch on actors because thanks to Brother Les who invited us here and got us here.
Yeah.
It's important that the actors empower themselves.
Yes.
So they're valued. I think it's America is great at making it glamour to be an actor.
Yeah.
And I think here in Botswana, the actors are still not able to produce enough money to make a living.
Yeah.
So I think it's a process of getting yourself on camera, doing your headshots.
Yeah.
You know, I have a friend in Los Angeles, Leon Charles, who's been in Los Angeles 20 years. And every year he does 2 different headshots because he's looking for the perfect headshot.
Yeah.
You know, so if you want to do commercials, there's a certain headshot you do for commercials. You're doing TV, certain headshot.
Definitely.
For film. So you got to take a craft seriously. You really got to get professional headshots. So that's one thing I tell actors to do here. Like, make yourself look great. Grow a beard. Have a different look. Take a picture without a beard. You know, do a pic, and the women, you know, do your extensions and do blonde hair, but have different headshots. And I also think that you need to negotiate from a position of power. Yeah. So don't let the producers tell you, here's 500 pula, or I'll pay you in 3 months. Yeah. You need to tell them, this is my rate. And that's what I'm sticking to. Yeah. We even thought about starting a union here. We talked to some people that are interested. So maybe organizing, you know, organizing yourself, getting a meeting with actors and say, listen, we're going to work together. If we don't get this rate, don't take the job. Just don't take the job.
Okay, I'm going to speak from a producer's perspective. The thing is, there are not many TV stations to consume the content.
Correct.
Only maybe 2 government stations and then 2 OTT platforms or something like that.
Yeah.
So you realize that the money offered to producers is also like, it comes with a roof. You understand?
Yeah.
A certain amount per minute, maybe $150 per minute. Can you imagine?
Yeah, but I think you have an infrastructure problem. You have some things missing to empower producers.
Yes.
You as a producer, you need more. You need more economics.
Yeah.
You need more financing.
Yes.
But there's right here in Botswana, you should start an agency. There should be agents. There should be like an office where they, in Hollywood, is William Morris and CAA. Those are the biggest talent agencies. But you go to an office, the guys and the women are dressed, you know, Gucci. Yeah. And you represent the actor, and you go out there and you get them jobs. And what happens is it brings the value up. Yeah. So the agents can also represent the producers and get you financing. Yeah. Go to investors and say, hey, we have a project we want to do here. We need $500,000 pula. I'm an agent. I get 10%. These are my actors. They get X amount of money. Yeah. So I think there's an infrastructure problem. You guys don't have. There's some things you all need to increase the value of all of you guys.
Do you think a film commission will solve that problem?
Correct. 4 years ago, when we came to the country for the first time, me and Ralph Williams, we spoke to the PS at the president's office. And we spoke to the PS, to the ministry, and we said on stage, I've been telling this to Botswana for 4 years that you need a film commission. Yeah. You need an organization that goes around the world promoting Botswana as a destination to produce movies. Yes. It will bring income. Yeah. And it also will export your content. Yes. And I don't know, they're not listening. The People's Forum, let's go. You know, revolution. But they're not listening. And it's like, you need to go out there and tell Brazil, Panama, China, come to Botswana. Yeah. We have cameras. Yes. We have editors, we have producers. We got actors.
Yeah, the problem here is I find it more funny because the people that are brought here, it's like, you know, come and produce, come and edit, come and act. You understand? It's like the people here are silent on people that know what needs to be done. Yeah. Yeah. Like the whole country doesn't know I edit. They don't know I make films. Yeah. I mean, until I said it now. But I've made a couple of films before.
Yeah.
They didn't get a platform to be played, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we are. YouTube is not monetized. Yeah. Facebook, you can't even buy me coffee, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you just need, I think, agents. You need managers. You need, you need a platform that somebody from out of the country can say, where can I get Black Magic cameras in Botswana to rent? So they can go online and say, oh, they rent it out like a whole. This should be a business of renting equipment, like an office. Yeah. In America, you go into a place and you say, how much is a red camera? $150 an hour or a day. And you leave your credit card, you pay insurance, you bring it back in 3 days.
Then you pay for it
and you pay for it.
Yeah.
So these are things that you're missing. You need just more infrastructure and you'll be all right. I mean, this is a country that has a high ceiling.
Definitely.
It can grow. It just don't have the infrastructure.
Yeah.
I even spoke about tax rebates. You know what tax rebates do?
I do.
Yeah. So if you want to entice investors to invest in content, you tell an investor, the government will give you 25% back as a tax rebate. Just a certificate. It's not money. It's just a certificate you get from the government that says we spent $1 million pula. So 250 pula K goes back to the investor, the producer, and then you can sell that to the beers or
a smaller price
Botswana, and they get 250 in tax rebate.
Yeah.
Simple.
They can sell it to them for like 200K.
That way the investor knows I'm not taking that much risk. I'm taking some risk, but I'm getting something back.
Yeah, definitely. So, what's the biggest problem you've encountered in the filmmaking industry, and then how did you overcome that?
I think Hollywood and globally they try to not let people into the business.
Yeah.
It's actually makes the business more valuable that nobody can get in. So I have access to powerful people in Hollywood that are friends of mine I can sit down with, but I didn't want to join that club. Yeah, I wanted to open my own doors. Yeah, and I think us doing it, the Nigel Amos documentary, us financing ourselves, shows that we empower ourselves. So we work as a team. You know, we have Larry Rock Campbell here in Botswana with us today. Yeah. We have Stagger, we have Brother Let's, and we all work as a team. We're basically saying, let's work together and then unify and then charge the game the price. Yes. They're gonna pay us, but we got to work together.
You come in as indie filmmakers, right?
Indie filmmakers, and we open our own doors and the money will come.
Yeah. I know you are here in Botswana doing
Nigel Amos and Dan Shanda
documentary, and then Dan Shanda, the musician from South Africa. Yes. How is it going so far?
Great. You know, in life, there's perfect timing. Yes. You know, we frustrate us in school, work, money, wife, kids, but this trip has been perfect timing. Every time we wake up, there's a new blessing. Yeah. You know, they said every time I come into the country, it rains. Yeah. And 3 times I come, that same day it rains. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're good. We're happy. Man. Yeah.
That's good.
Pula.
Yeah. You know, the first time I heard you speak, it was during a Ministry of Youth and Sports film making workshop, I think, when they zoomed you in. I was really interested in how you can help the industry here. Yeah. You know, what is there anything you can do, like help content creators maybe to have access to the markets? Yeah. Is that something that you guys can do?
Correct. I think... Yeah. I think that you also can start distribution companies. And I spoke to a person here, but you start an office and you basically tell the content creators, give me 20% and I'll shop it to Netflix, Amazon. I'll shop it to HBO. I'll shop it to Nigeria, Qatar. So the agents you need distribution companies, you need a union for the actors. Yes. All this stuff is right in your lap. And I'm willing to help. I'm willing to just tell you the basics and even bring experts. I could bring people from the US, from America, London, that are coming here and say, this is how you do it. Yeah. You know, so we're ready. It's just, is Botswana ready?
Yeah, that's the question. That's the big question. I think we are ready, but our leaders might not be ready. Or maybe they are ready. We'll find out very soon. As the People's Forum comes back, just a minute. We are back on the People's Forum, and I'm here with Carlos Pimentel from the USA. I wish we had the drum roll. You know,
The trumpet.
but anyway, yeah. As long as they don't play the American, anthem.
Yeah.
But anyway, you did another film on sports that won an award.
Yeah.
What is it called? Fast Dreams, right?
Fast Dreams, yeah.
It got nominated for the award. Can you talk about that one?
It's a matter of timing. That documentary took 15 years.
Yeah.
15 years to make.
Yeah.
And it's directed by Harry Davis, who's a Detroit-based director, done some movies.
Yeah.
And, I met Harry like 10 years ago, and he showed me some footage. And I was like, cool. And then we didn't talk for a couple of years. And then we connected again. And he's like, I need you on this project. And I'm like, how is it? He's like, we're almost finished. And he asked me to come to North Carolina to interview her mother and her for the documentary. So I got my film crew together. We went. We got some financing from a friend of mine. My friend of mine said, I'll pay the flights. I'll pay for the hotel. And he's now a producer. He's going to get a NAACP award because he chipped in $1,500. That was his contribution. So he got a credit and he's going to get an award, hopefully, for it. So that shows the power of unification.
Yeah, of collaborations.
Collaboration. But we shot it, and it's an Olympic story about a woman who left school for money because it was what her family needed. She was a runner. She got a scholarship to Texas University to run, and when she was a star there, and they offered her the endorsement deals and everything, so she left school to go and run the Olympics and won a gold medal in the relays. So it's a story about young people leaving education for financing
because
for their future because they need it because
at
they
that
need
particular moment.
Yes.
And the family needs it.
Yes.
And if they don't do it, somebody's going to die of hunger,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. Now, I know you are doing Nigel Arm's documentary, right?
Yes.
I'm trying to find out what intrigued you about Nigel that caused you to come all the way and follow him up doing this documentary.
I come from...
Where did it all start?
I think it's connection is a personal connection. I come from Dominican Republic, a poor country.
Yes.
And my father migrated to New York in 1975 and brought our family in, and basically New York gave us opportunities, education. So I come from a farm area in the Dominican Republic. So I said, I can connect to him. So I think his story is global. I think there's a lot of people that are going to connect with his story coming from Arabella and not be even properly trained to run. Yeah. He went from like a year and a half from running in the village to the Olympics and winning a medal.
And it broke records.
Yeah, that's called a gift.
It's a gift.
Yeah, you don't train for that.
Yeah.
You just have it.
Yeah. You have it or you don't have it.
And my man Stagger, you just have it. Stagger has it.
Yeah.
Stagger walks around Gaborone. It's like, Stagger, come here.
Yeah. But anyway, at this moment, I want you to talk to the funders here or the supporters of the industry. We have this National Arts Council of Botswana. What they do is they get given funds every year so that they can boost the economy of the content creators, all the arts, music, filmmakers and everything. But on the filmmaking, sector, I want you to say something to them. Explain to them how films work and how costly films can be so that, when you ask for a certain amount of money, they'll understand actors need to be paid. Yeah, what can you say to them? And then we have another one. It's called SIPA. You don't have to understand what it is. But basically, they have the tape levy, the blank tape levy. Yeah. Yeah. So they distribute the money to all kinds of creators. Yeah. What advice can you give to these funders, when it comes to film? Sure. Yeah.
I think that they need to understand that for every pula they give to a filmmaker, the country gets 20 pula back.
Yeah. How so?
So we come to film Nigel Amos. We're here for 3 weeks in Dan Shanda. We landed. We bought food. We paid gas. We've paying phone calls,
airtime, yes,
airtime. we buying beer.
Yeah.
We going to Choppies.
Yeah.
Plug the Choppies big time.
Yeah.
And Chicken Lincoln, I've been like Chicken Lincoln like 10 times.
Yeah.
It's chicken and beef here. We've been to the 430 Hotel.
Yeah.
We went today and we pulled out the Bank of America credit card, debit card.
Yeah.
So for every dollar that you give, every pula you give your filmmakers, 20 comes back to the country.
Yeah,
and economic stimulus. We hire people. There's people working because we're here for 3 weeks. They don't want us to leave.
Yeah.
Like
I don't want you guys to leave. I want you to be on the interview every week, so that you impart some knowledge. But it's good that you pass by.
Exactly.
Yeah. So but anyway, out of your busy schedule, I see you do a whole lot of stuff. How do you balance your time?
In the morning I pray.
Yeah.
I listen to gospel music that gets my mind right.
Okay.
Because
what's your favorite artist in the gospel music?
I like Travis Green.
I thought it's gonna be Kirk Franklin.
No, not Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
But I think in the morning I just spend time for myself to get myself ready for the day.
Just to balance yourself.
Balance myself out. And then block out negativity.
Yeah.
And then checking on my family.
Yeah.
And then they're good, I'm good. We roll. And that's it.
What's your favorite breakfast?
My favorite breakfast is a boiled egg and a banana.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't eat sugar.
Egg and a banana.
I don't eat sugar. You want to keep your weight like me? You want to be pretty like me?
Yeah.
No sugar. No sugar in the morning.
One pack, Not this one pack.
I got a 3-pack. You got an 8-pack.
I got 1 pack, man. But I'm trying to get rid of it, If you saw me 6 months ago, you wouldn't believe it.
All right.
Yeah.
You lost 20 pounds?
More than
25, 30?
More than that. I think I sweat a lot now.
Good job.
I'm trying to get it going. I've lost all the energy, but I think I'll get it back.
Good job.
Yeah. But anyway, this is the People's Forum, guys, and thanks for watching. It was a very pleasant time, and I'll ask Carlos to say his last words, and then we're out of here.
Dumela.
Oh, you learned something.
Yeah.
What is Dumela?
And Dumelang is like all is goodbye, everybody.
No.
Like that, no? What is it?
Dumela is hello. Dumela is like hello, but Dumelang is like there are many people who are saying hello to.
Okay, well, Botswana, Dumelang.
Yes, like Botswana, I greet you.
Yeah.
Now, when you say bye-bye, is Salasente.
Salasente?
But this is the People's Forum. See you guys.